Welcome back in to the Scramble Drill Podcast, Week 5 of the NFL. Landon, can you believe we are already 5 weeks into the season? A quarter of the season's over. Took so long to get here. A quarter of the season is over. Every time, dude.
It always happens like this, and Week 5 was a doozy. I'm pretty pumped to talk about this.
I'm stoked to talk about this week. Yeah, this was awesome.
Yeah. Much big games.
Do we have any housekeeping stuff, or do we just want to jump straight into this? Fantasy teams do okay this week?
I think we just go for it. Fantasy teams are one's in a good spot, one's in a weird spot. We got a few don't know. We're not talking baseball. I can't handle that right now, so let's just jump into the football.
Yep, let's just do it. Starting off with a surprisingly awesome Thursday night football game. I didn't see this coming. You didn't see this coming. No Brock Purdy, no George Kittle, no Brandon Ayuk, no Nick Bosa. So many injuries for the 49ers, and yet we are going up on the road. Granted, in SoFi Stadium, there's not really a home team, but still going on the road to a very, very, very good division rival, one of the better teams in the NFC, and the 49ers win, dude. They just You said this last week, and then we talked about it in our group chat with Josh during the game, but Kyle Shanahan, given the way the Chiefs look right now, my guy is pushing to be like the best coach during the season right now.
Yeah. He is the elite of the elite at offense, design, and play call. The distinction I'll make, I was going to talk about this. We're going to talk about 49ers first. I was going to mention this with the Rams, just because these two were going up against each other. Sean McVay is an excellent play designer. I don't think he's that great of a play caller at times, and we'll talk about that in this game. Shanahan does both. He is a designer. He is a caller. He is fantastic. This was in a weekend, I'll say the most important weekend of football we've had so far this year. This was the most important win of the weekend. The
Easily.
49ers going on a Thursday night in division on the road, which when you're playing at SoFi, you're not really on the road, especially for the 49ers.
Yes,
that was a 49er
I think there were more
crowd.
49er fans than Rams fans.
Oh, there were way more. And I hate that. Let's just talk about this. I hate that.
Yeah.
No team should be dealing with that. And I get it. It's L.A. The team hasn't been there forever. They've been in St. Louis. They've been
And
around.
there's two teams.
L.A. There's two teams. You got other stuff to do. You got the Dodgers in the playoffs. You got, Lakers and Clippers and all this. That sucks, man. That sucks to be going silent count in a home game. I hate that. But to get to the 49ers, this was the most important win of the weekend, I thought. And there were some important wins this weekend.
There's some big games this week.
They're just buying time with all these injuries they have. This team is beat up. Ben, this is a who's who of cast-out wide receivers they were working with. It was Kendrick Bourne.
They didn't have Jawan Jennings
DeMarcus Robinson.
Ricky Pearsall is hurt.
And Ricky Pearsall was hurt. And Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Tell me that is not the who's who of cast-off receivers. Those guys.
You're sitting here. And Kyle Juszczyk has 4 targets in this game. Not because he's elite, because they has to.
He's a fullback. He's a fullback. And they go in and they win the game. Mac Jones plays well. And they didn't walk away with it. I mean, this was a big-time game. He threw 49 passes. If you would have told me before the game, Mac Jones throws 49 passes, I would have said, they lose. There's no way. There's no way they want that to be the game plan. There's no way.
They throw 49
that's
passes,
what their goal is.
And Christian McCaffrey has 57 rushing yards. They don't do really anything on the ground.
And they win. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mac, he took care of the ball enough. He did enough. And this was if you're the 49ers, you got to feel good. Yeah.
Do you remember the year they took Trey Lance at 3 and there was the rumor going around that Shanahan didn't want Trey Lance. He wanted Mac Jones at 3? Do you remember that?
Wanted Mac, yeah. I absolutely remember that. He wanted Kirk Cousins. This is who he wants. Like, he wants this guy.
I said this last
That's why
week.
he likes Purdy. That's why he likes
It's not
Purdy.
that, obviously a Mahomes and Allen and Lamar Jackson wouldn't do well with Shanahan. Obviously they would. They're elite.
Yeah.
But Shanahan isn't
Yes.
looking – he's not looking for a playmaker, though. Josh Allen makes plays.
Right.
Mahomes makes plays. Shanahan doesn't want that. I want you to put the ball here when I tell you to put it there. Can you do that?
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Yeah, I mean, you got, Christian McCaffrey has 30 touches in this one, as he always does. I mean, he's 2.6 yards a carry is not going to cut it. But they get a win. They figure out a way, partially due to just giveaways by the Rams. But, I mean, go for the 49ers. And I did not think going into the year they were a serious contender to make the Super Bowl. They have to be taken seriously at this point. They're doing this without their guys. They have to be taken seriously.
They're 4-1. They're 4-1.
Yeah. Yep.
And their only loss is to a 4-1 Jacksonville team, who we will talk about later, believe me.
Yep.
All right. On the Rams side of things, I mean, I thought the Rams played great. They also didn't get a ton going on the ground. Your typical Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, they both have good games. Puka, once again, is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Even when he's not that good, he's great. Like, this was like a weird, kind of not good game for him. 8 yards a catch. And he scores like a very important touchdown. He's in every big play. Like, he's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stafford was
anything
awesome.
really yeah, Stafford was great.
Stafford's
been
awesome.
good all year.
The difference in the game is the 2 fumbles. And, I mean, a lot has been said about the 4th and 1 call there where you go right up the middle with Kyron. Look, we like Kyron. Kyron's a good player. I'd like to have a 235-pound running back for those moments if I could. He's just small.
Well, I'd also
He's
in
a
those
great
situations, even then, I would rather put the ball in the hands of my 2 elite receivers and my future Hall of Fame quarterback, like not Kyron Williams. I'm sorry.
For sure. I didn't like the play call at all. You were on it right away. You texted the group chat. But even if you have that play call, if you have even somebody who's not a great player, if you just have if you have A.J. Dillon, I like the play call more. But, it didn't work out. And that's the difference in these games, man. We talked about it. I do like going for it on that 4th down, going for the lead. I like trying to win the game there, not just tie it. But good for the 49ers, man. This was huge.
Yep,
This is one that in the last couple weeks of the season, we'll be looking at this, and this game could have decided that division.
Yeah, they really could have. And like we said, they're gonna get their pieces back. Ayuk's gonna come back. Kittle's gonna come back. Purdy's gonna come back. I don't even know if they need
Tongs
Purdy
had 7 targets.
No, he had 11 targets. He had 7 catches.
Yeah, 7 catches, 11 targets. Jake Tongs. So
I don't even know who that is.
imagine
I know
that was
he's
George
tight end.
Kittle.
God.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to London, where another nail biter in London. Cleveland keeps doing this where they just keeping the games competitive, but the Vikings come out on top. Carson Wentz is okay, not great. They don't run the ball amazing, but good things happen when you throw Justin Jefferson the football.
Yeah, I mean it's hard, but it's not that hard.
Not a ton really
guy.
on my end to talk about the Vikings. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
I mean, they really needed this one. Like, this is a game, I'm pretty sure they just stayed over there. They were there back-to-back weeks. I would assume they didn't come home. That would have been ridiculous. So,
No. I think they usually
is a
do that
game
is they send the team and keep them there 2 weeks so like they don't have to travel both times.
Right. In the NFC is so tough, man, that you can't just be falling to 2 and 3 and think you're going to make the playoffs in this conference. I mean, it is flipped. The AFC is nowhere near the NFC this year. And if you look at this schedule, Like, there's a lot of tough games left on this Minnesota Vikings schedule. They got they're at home against the Eagles next week. They got the Chargers, Lions coming up, Packers, Seahawks, Commanders, Lions, and Packers again. So
that's a gauntlet, man.
That's a gauntlet. So I mean, they had to have this one, and they got it. Good for them. But you know, I don't have crazy high hopes for them making the playoffs in this conference, but they got this one, and it was a big deal.
No, they were one of the teams that you were thinking preseason. You know, shoot, you know the NFC North could have 3 teams in it when you got Vikings, Detroit, and Packers, and just with how deep the NFC is this year, it's a long road ahead for them. On the Browns side of things, go ahead.
Maybe I've just missed this. What is McCarthy's injury? I don't even know what it is. What is
it? I thought it was an ankle. I'm pretty sure it's an ankle.
Okay. I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure it's an ankle.
I never saw him get hurt, and then he's missing what seems like it's going to be 4, 5, 6 games. This is weird. I
don't understand why they don't have Kirk Cousins on the team right now.
Yeah.
He's there. Kirk Cousins. He knows the offense. All right. Anyway, on the Cleveland Browns side, there's a few things to say about the Cleveland Browns side. First of all, Dylan Gabriel isn't amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't terrible either. Honestly, for a third round pick like Dylan Gabriel, with the questions that are surrounding him, with Shedeur Sanders sitting there running his mouth or not running his mouth, behind him talking and all the drama that goes around in Cleveland, the stature, everything, to come out, not turn the ball over, throw 2 touchdowns, and lead for the most part of the game against the Vikings, that's about as good as you could have asked.
No, this was really good. I mean, Brian Flores, they had the stat on the broadcast. He was, in his career as a head coach and a defensive coordinator, 9-1 against rookie quarterbacks. 9-1. And this dude just went out there and played pretty well. I mean, obviously now he's 10-1. They didn't win the game. But this is not an easy spot to start. You're in London. You go across the pond. And then you got Brian Flores and that defense on the other side, and he held his own. So we'll see. I mean, we don't know what he is.
Yeah. But the good thing is you feel like Cleveland's pretty confident in their quarterback room now because Joe Flacco today just got traded to the Cincinnati Bengals in division. So that means Shedeur is, I'm assuming now, QB2, which means for the rest of the season, one of those 2 guys is going to be starting.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's in a tough spot. It's just
I hate it for him.
With him behind him. I mean, yeah, I don't know how they. I don't know.
All he's got to do is be safe, keep the ball safe, because with that defense, they're gonna stay in games. Their defense is so good. And then Quinshon Judkins is also, he looks phenomenal in his first few games.
If y'all were listening when we were doing mostly the fantasy side, I was trying to tell y'all Judkins over Henderson. I was on that the whole time.
We'll talk about Henderson later for sure. All right. This next game, I don't feel like we need to spend a ton of time on it. Texans-Ravens. Texans rout the Ravens. No Lamar Jackson, obviously. C.J. Stroud looks great, finally. 244, 4 touchdowns, no picks. But also the Ravens' defense has been abysmal this season, so I don't know really how much you read into that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is what you want to see from the Texans offense, and Baltimore has shown little to no resistance on defense, but maybe it gets them going. I mean, everything was clicking. Nick Chubb looked good. Stroud, obviously, with the 4 touchdowns, and this is what you wanted to see from the Texans side, but from the Baltimore side, dude, they're not good.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you were seeing how much Lamar was holding that roster together.
Yeah, and Ben Cooper Rush may not be the guy. I'll say that. He may not be the guy, I'm afraid.
Texans defense is very good. Very good. Yeah.
But this is why this is why I talked about last week how happy I was with what Mariota did. to come in, win one game at home, keep you in a game on the road. That's what you want your backup to do, because it could look like this, where it's just you're dead on arrival to start the game, you know?
The Ravens were never, ever in this game.
Never for a
If
second.
Lamar,
So
I think they have the Rams next week, if I'm thinking of this correctly, if I remember right. They've got this game, and then they've got a bye. If they lose next week, you start the season 1-5, then Lamar comes back. How over is their season? Because they've still got some... Well, actually, I'm looking at their schedule. It's doable. It's doable. They go Bears, Dolphins. This is after the bye.
Yeah.
Assuming they lose to the Rams.
they do not have a
After the
tough
bye.
schedule.
Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots. They could win every single one of those games.
Yeah, they do not have a tough schedule. How over is their season? I mean, you're going to get 2 teams out of the AFC West at least. It looks like you're going to get 2 out of the South. They're going to be battling. Man, 1-5 is so tough. I mean, 1-5. I mean, they're going to be battling with New England, probably Denver for that last
I think
spot.
they can beat out all those teams, though. Especially if they win out, which they could.
You think this team's winning out, Ben?
I don't know that they are, but I'm just looking at the schedule. I'm saying they have to win out. I understand that. They have to win out. But if I'm looking at this schedule, you can win out. Your toughest game left is 2 against the Steelers and 1 against the Packers. Every other game they should win. Every other game. Assuming Lamar plays.
Jeez.
Which they're saying he should.
I don't know, man. I don't think Minnesota's a lock. I think they probably split with the Steelers. I don't think New England's a lock for this team. I don't think the Packers is. I don't know. I think their ceiling is I think their ceiling is the 7 seed. I don't think they're going to get the 5 or 6 because I guess they could win the division, but their ceiling is either the 4 seed, like the last division winner, or the last wild card. Because I just think Jacksonville or Indianapolis is going to be ahead of them. Chiefs or Chargers or Denver, like there's only 7 spots.
I absolutely don't trust them to go on the road and win a playoff game. Not with this team.
No,
not with this team.
No. Their Super Bowl contention is over. That they cannot win the Super Bowl under no circumstances. Could they make the playoffs in a spectacular fashion? Maybe, but my goodness, 1-5. Ugh.
Yeah. All right. Saints Giants. We keep asking, are we a Spencer Rattler pod? We are, dude. It's got to be.
We are.
I'm not saying he's amazing, but he just puts up another just solid overall performance. Just solid.
I like watching him.
Running. He makes the third downs. It's just good.
Yeah. Yeah, good for them, man. I mean,
and a lot of it's got to be the Kellen Moore effect. Kellen Moore's a good play caller.
Yeah, they're not last. Like, they're not the last team to get their first win. So good for them. The Giants at home's one you gotta think you're gonna win. And they did. You know, they did enough. There was a time in this game where I thought, oh my gosh, the Giants are gonna beat them. I was almost ready to come on here and be like, Jackson Dart is the guy. And then the third drive happened. So
yeah.
The first 2 drives were great, and then we hit some struggles, but yeah, good for them.
He looked better against the Giants defense than the Chargers did, so that's rough.
We got to talk about the Chargers. My gosh,
we will talk about the Chargers. Anything on the Giants side, or kind of status quo with them?
No.
Yeah, I don't have anything. All right, biggest surprise of well, maybe not surprise, but one of the big games of Sunday in the 1 o'clock window. The Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. We will be talking about the Broncos first. Why is that? Because they won.
They won. It is shocking how every single, like, if you watch any of these shows, I didn't pay attention to this, but I was trying to hear what they were saying about Washington. No one talked about Washington this week. It was all Chargers. And I'm like, talk about the team who won. But yeah, so this is the Bo Nix I want to see, right? Like, I have my reservations about Denver as a whole. I have my reservations about Bo Nix. But, I mean, if you look at these numbers, now it was a tale of two halves for him. He started out awful, and then something clicked midway through the game.
I thought it was going to be a blowout.
Yeah, something clicked midway through the game at some point, and you're talking about 242 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, no fumbles. That's what I want to see out of Bo Nix.
No picks is the big deal to me. No picks is a big deal.
Yeah. No picks. I don't need you to go out there and try to be the hero, which I feel like he has. I feel like he's got a little bit of a tendency to try to be the hero without having the superhero talent. If he can stay within himself, let Sean Payton, like, if he can be a worse version of Drew Brees for Sean Payton, like if he can just really control the game at a very, very good level and make the throws you're supposed to make and hold on to the ball, this team's going to be good enough to make noise. Like, I've been more skeptical than most, but, I mean, what are you going to say?
Good defense.
He played well, and they just beat the Eagles.
Kind of similar to the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, their offense is way better than the Browns' offense, but if you have a great defense, you just have to be safe and mistake-free. Don't put your team in a bad position as a quarterback and as an offense. And you're going to win games.
And I loved Peyton. They scored a touchdown with 7.5 minutes left, and the extra point would have tied the game. The touchdown made it 16. Extra point would have tied the game at 17, and they went for 2, and I loved it. When you're playing a team with this much talent on the road, go for the jugular. Do not try to tie. Try to win the game. And they did. And eventually they got the ball back and kicked another field goal. But I love that move by Peyton. I love when teams do that. So great job by them.
Yeah. On the Eagles side, a lot more to talk about for them. If you're box score hunting, you'll say Jalen Hurts had a good game. But then the box score will also tell you the true tale of the story. 11 rushing attempts by the Eagles. I believe only 2 in the entire second half. And they were up 17-3 at one point in the second half. They ran the ball twice. I don't know what is happening in the Eagles building. I mean, you got A.J. Brown, once again, he's coming out and talking. I think in the postgame, there was the play where A.J. had like a double move or a post or something and beats his guy, and it looks like he slows down and Jalen Hurts overthrows him, and then he goes out and blames Jalen Hurts for missing him in the locker room interview. It's just wild to me, man. I don't understand. I mean, is it the new offensive coordinator? Is it his fault?
Have to be. So I wrote this down, after their first drive of the second half, this is their drives, Ben. 5 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and then 6 plays, end of game. That's their second half offense.
They didn't score.
5 and out.
After the first drive, they didn't score.
3 and out, 3 and out, 6 plays, end of game. I mean, that is, at this point, we have to have real offensive coordinator questions. Unless you just think A.J. Brown's no good anymore, Saquon completely fell off, and the offensive line does look a little diminished to me. They do not look as good. I will say that. But I mean, these guys are in their primes, and it's got to be offensive coordinator questions. It has to be play calling. I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is. I know it's obviously a new guy because Kellen Moore went to New Orleans. So that's a big deal. And the big deal is the sacks from Jalen Hurts. Some of these are coverage sacks, and coverage sacks are avoidable by throwaways. And he just kills drives. He took 6 sacks for 23 yards in this game. In a game
Dare
that you're
I say
winning,
this was a Kyler Murray-esque game from Jalen Hurts.
It was. There was a lot of Kyler in this one. Yeah, I mean, that was I don't know. Now, I'm still confident in the Eagles. I know they have not played well and they have ugly wins. I am not in the business of going back and retroactively assigning teams almost losses like the people did with the Chiefs all last year. They won those games, right? They're 4-1. That is, no one has a better record than them in the whole NFL, right? I still have faith in them, but they do not look like a dominant team.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you, and we'll probably talk about the similar stuff. Maybe not to the same extent, but we will with like Buffalo. I'm not out by any means. Like this is a good team in Denver as well, and you barely lose to them, and you have one of your worst games you've had in a while. Like just nothing made sense that they did the whole game, and you still barely lose. So they've obviously got stuff to clean up. Obviously they do.
Yeah.
They're still probably the most talented team in the league. They still are.
I'll tell you this. I would rather, if I'm going to have questions on my offense, I would rather the questions be offensive coordinator related versus do I have good players? I know they have good players. Offensive coordinator stuff can be fixed. You can change plays callers. You can fire him and bring in a new guy, promote somebody else. I don't know. Those can be answered, but it was a sad weekend in Philadelphia, and I ain't
went
talking
against
about
the Eagles too.
Football. Well,
there were a couple
has
questionable calls too, and the pass interference no call at the end of the game that would have given them like 1st and goal in the 5. That was tough too. But it happens.
Yeah, I mean you
referees are stupid.
You run whatever it is. You run 14 plays on 5 drives leading up to that, and I don't have sympathy for that.
Don't blame the ref.
You gotta be better than that.
All right, Dallas Jets. Not a ton to talk about here. Dallas looks good. Dak Prescott looks really good this year, even without CD. Javonte Williams has been a surprise of the season, but he's having a great year. And the Jets are 0-5.
Yeah, Dak is cooking. You undersold it. Dak is playing lights out. Lights out. With that said, I still don't know if the Cowboys are good. I'm
not saying they're not, but I don't know if they are.
They strike me as a team that is going to be one of those that crushes the bad teams and loses to the good teams. That's the vibe I'm getting.
I mean, I feel like they're that when they're good every year. I mean, they'll, come out and drop.
Yeah, they're always.
They didn't do it this year, but like say a bad team like the Bears, they'll drop 40 on them, and then the Lions come to town and beat them 52-3.
Yeah, but the Bears beat them.
Yeah, not this year. I'm saying in years past. Like this is kind of their MO.
Yeah. The Bears beat them. They beat the Jets. The Jets are. I'm ready to say it, Ben. The Jets are not very good. I'll make that statement right now.
I can't even say it's an Aaron Glenn problem. I think it is just it's an organization problem. Their whole organization
ugly.
Is a tumor on football. You need to clean house, ownership, GM, everything, and start over.
And I'll say this, and it'll never happen in a billion years. If Aaron Rodgers keeps winning games in Pittsburgh, there's some people that owe him apologies. It'll never happen. They never will apologize, but that should be on the board.
You brought in a Hall of Fame quarterback and made him look like Mason Rudolph. That's what happened. That's how bad the Jets are.
Yeah, and people acted like it was all on Aaron, how this roster and team was good, except he played bad. Okay.
They were like, you got Devontae Adams. You wanted him. This is your guy. It's your show. No, he brought in Devontae Adams because he was grasping at anything. Give me anything I can try to do, and just he can't make it work. Not there.
Yeah.
All right, another blowout. Colts Raiders. Colts moved to 4-1. I don't think they've played great teams, but 4-1 in the NFL is 4-1 in the NFL.
Hey,
they should be 5-0. They should be 5-0.
It is fun when it's fun, and it is high flying. And when they did play tough, they played the Rams, they played the Broncos, they beat the Broncos in one of those weird end of games, and they were right there with the Rams. So like
they should have beat the Rams. They had a 70-yard touchdown wiped off by dropping the ball at the goal line, and they had a 50-yard touchdown wiped off by a holding call.
Yeah, I mean it's fun when it's fun. I'm still not in the camp of thinking Daniel Jones is going to lead this team to a Super Bowl, but I mean,
playoffs.
Are we excited? Are we excited about Colts Jags games this year? Is that something that's happening?
That's
Yeah,
gonna be.
you have
is
to
that
be.
next week? I think it's next week, isn't it?
No. I mean, it's late in the season, but I'm just saying, like,
Oh, shoot,
we
they don't
got to
play
be
way later,
excited
yeah.
about that. If you would have told me, like, a week before the season that we would be getting, after they announced Daniel Jones the starter, that we would be getting AR snaps in week 5, I'd been like, oh, this must be a disaster. They must have fallen apart. Turns out, no, he got in because they were up 40. So good for them. I mean, they have to be taken seriously as, like, I think their ceiling is probably win the division, win one playoff game. You know, I don't see this team making a real Super Bowl run, but they got to be taken seriously.
I mean, it's cliche to say it's all on Daniel Jones, but I say it's all on Daniel Jones because if you look at how this roster is built, they have a pretty good defense. They have a great offensive line. They have obviously an elite running back. That's going to win you games. So if Daniel Jones can continue this level of play, I'm not going to say Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say Daniel Jones is going to continue this level of play, but if it happens, they could win 1 or 2 playoff games.
Yep. Yeah, they could.
I mean,
And
I think
Ben,
the
there's
roster's
something
built the right way to
interesting.
do this.
There's something interesting. If you look at the box score, they only had like 320 yards, which is okay, but you're like, how did you score 40 points on 320 yards? It's
I know
because
how
they
they
were
did it.
playing Geno Smith.
That
And
was
he
where we were
gives-
going with it.
He gives every team the ball. And they had a blocked punt, I think, in this game. I mean, it was just, how did the Raiders win a game? Honestly, how did they win?
This is really funny. So Geno has 9 interceptions. 9. through the first 5 games, he's got 9. On ESPN, if you go to his stats, they have a little projected thing. Like, based on what he's done this season, what do we project he does? They're projecting him to have 4,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 31 interceptions if he continues to play the entire season. And it's not like a Jameis Winston 30 touchdown interceptions where you also throw 30 touchdowns. No, this is just bad.
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they have anyone else. I mean, they are barreling towards a first-round quarterback next year, and I don't.
I mean, even
I'm
then,
laughing.
Geno
I don't
Smith
want-
at 30-something years old, they need that anyway.
Yeah, I'm laughing. I don't want Geno to play bad. It's just, man, they've been real bad. Like, this is a bad football team by NFL standards, and this could definitely be one where we see some Max Crosby interest this year, I think.
Interesting.
You see what what's his name, Micah went for, and Max Crosby's probably, he's older, but what is he, 95% of the player, maybe even closer to 100% of the player that Mike is. Obviously he's much older, but I can see him drawing a lot of interest, and 2 first rounds plus something is probably pretty close to what he's going to cost.
I mean, they were saying Miles was going to do that last offseason. Like, if they trade him or something like that, here's what he's going to go for. So
yeah, Miles though, he was about to be a free agent, and then they just gave him like 42 a year. Max is on his deal. He's not gonna. He's got several years left, so I don't know. A trade could happen, man.
Yeah, I would be interested to see it. Dolphins and Panthers. Panthers win again. This game turned out to be one of the most exciting games of the day in the fourth quarter. There were 3-4 lead changes leading up to it, and I don't know who the announcer was for this game, but he was awesome.
No, I wasn't
did you
listening
hear
to it. I
any of
didn't
it?
watch. I watched a lot of it. I did not listen. I don't listen to a lot of the commentary. So
I think he was an NBA announcer that they, for whatever reason, got him for this game. That was great.
Okay.
He was like every big play that happened, he was screaming his head off. It was awesome. You don't see it very often in football like that. But
yeah, the Panthers, they're down 17. Like, good win, right? Like, proud of them. Good win. I am just done treating Bryce Young with kid gloves like I feel like most people have done. You beat the Dolphins by 3 at home. Like, great. You're supposed to win that game, but I'm not going to get
also beat the
overly
Falcons
joyed.
by 30 at home.
Yeah. We're going to look back on that game. That's going to be one of those games this year where we're like, what happened there? But yeah, I mean, good for the Panthers. Rico Dowdle, 206 yards. What?
Yeah, where did that come from?
So here's where I'm at with Miami. They're just
Mike McDaniel's going to make
so
somebody
crazy.
a real great offensive coordinator soon.
This is yes. That I called that a couple weeks ago. This is what I'm about to say is so crazy because these men are huge. They're in the NFL, and I am frail and weak and do not do anything athletic in my life anymore. But I'm going to say this: the Dolphins are so soft by
Yeah.
NFL standards. Ben, Rico Dowdle went for 206 rushing yards on them. They ran the ball for 19 yards. What do you want me to do with that? This is the second team this week. They were up 17 points and ran the ball for 19 total yards. What are you doing? And 5 of those were Tua.
5 or 2.
What are they doing?
I mean, we've known this for a while that Devon Achane's never going to be a beater at running back, but he's a good running back. Like Ollie Gordon has 3 carries. If you're not going to use Devon Achane running the ball, that's fine. But you got to have something. And Ollie Gordon goes for negative yards. I don't know what to tell you here. I got nothing.
I don't know.
I think the team doesn't care. I really don't think they care. I think Mike McDaniel knows he's gone. They know it's going to be, they're going to strip it down. It's over.
Yeah, he looked like he knew, like, about when Carolina took the lead, it was almost like he knew, oh, I'm going to get fired. Like, it was almost like it sank in that moment. If you saw him on the sideline, it was like, oh, this is real now. I'm going to lose
actually
my job.
done.
We're pulling for him, but my gosh, they are.
Yeah. I got nothing against them, but this is the reality of the situation they're in. All right. The other wildly exciting game of the day. This probably was the game of the day. Tampa Bay versus Seattle. 38
Unbelievable.
to 30. This is what you dream to play for in like Madden and things like that. Just an awesome game.
Yeah.
Landon, Tampa Bay is 4-1. Baker Mayfield does it again.
Yeah.
If we have time, we're going to get into a subject at the end of this episode. I don't know. I might tease it. We might not have time to get into it, but I'm going to tease it there. But Baker, and it's one of the most fun things to me was seeing JSN and Emeka Ibuka, the 2 Ohio State guys, just going at it. One would make a big play, and the following drive, the other one would make just a huge play. This was just fun, man.
This game was awesome. I mean, you're on the road in a tough environment. Seattle is still a very tough place to play. Like, great place to play. You can't run the ball. They did not run the ball at all. What did they get? They were going 2.3 yards a carry. And,
no Bucky Irving.
And you just
no Mike
come
Evans.
out. No Mike Evans. No, but they're beat up, dude. Like, they have injuries all over the place, and you just come out, and Baker does enough. And I mean,
and he doesn't turn the ball over.
Sam Darnold was awesome as well until it was the final drive, and he turned the ball over, and that's what you can't do, right? I mean, you just can't turn the ball over in that situation in Tampa Bay field goal range, where they didn't have to gain another yard to win the game. So that was really tough, but good for Baker, good for the Bucs, and they have to be taken seriously as a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah,
they have to.
I mean, they almost beat the Eagles last week.
Yeah. Now they got a tough schedule still. Man, you look at this schedule. They end super soft. They end Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. So they end soft, but listen to these next few games, Ben. 49ers, Lions, and then Saints at the Saints, Patriots, Bills, Rams. So they got a tough little skid, but man.
No, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3 of those teams are 4-1 right now.
Yeah. So they got
and
a tough schedule.
Cruising to 4-1 schedules.
Yeah. They end easy, but good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bucs, absolutely a contender in the NFC. On the Seahawks side, Sam Darnold looked good up until, like you said, the last drive. This was also your typical Seattle rushing stat where Charbonnet had 36 yards on 9 carries. Kenneth Walker had 86 yards on 10 carries. But sure, let's keep this a 50-50 split.
Yeah, let's just make a rule. We're just done talking about this. And like, I don't like talking about things that make no sense. I want to make it
it's like Kyle Pitts when we were talking about fantasy. It's a running joke.
Oh, that's
Let's keep it
okay.
going.
It could be a thing. It could be a thing. Yeah. You know, Charbonnet averages 4 yards a carry. You're like, yeah, that's pretty good. Walker, 8.5. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, but whatever. But Seattle's good. Like, this could be a playoff matchup. This could easily be Tampa gets the 2 seed and they're playing the 7 seed Seattle Seahawks. Like, this could absolutely be a playoff matchup.
Win that game. It would make sense.
That would be a fun one. Yeah, it would be in Tampa, but you know, Tampa's not a crazy hard place to play or anything. I mean, Jaden Daniels went in there last year and beat them. So this was a fun one, and hopefully we see it again.
Yeah. This was one that I hate to see one of those teams lose. They both deserve this one. All right.
Yeah.
If you watch football this weekend, you were probably excited to hear about this one.
I was so pumped.
We're going to be talking about the Tennessee Titans first, because on this podcast we talk about winners first.
This one's hard, Ben.
Landon, stay with me here. We're gonna get there.
Hard.
Let's just for this segment focus on the Titans just for a minute. Yeah. Let's give them their flowers.
Yeah.
Cam Ward made some really nice throws, really nice throws, especially at the end of the game.
He did, dude.
Really nice throws.
That last drive is the type of drive that like it buys you confidence with the fan base. Seeing that. I did not think he was very good in this game until the last drive. Even the prior 2 drives they scored touchdowns. One of the touchdowns was, did you see this? It was a pick, fumble, kicked into the end zone, and they recovered it for a touchdown. So
we'll talk about that.
It's not like he was great. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he was great, but he did make some nice throws. I give him his flowers on that last drive. That was a good last drive.
No. He was not great until that last drive. That last drive, dude, that looked elite. That throw he made to Calvin Ridley on the sideline.
I mean, he's been making those level throws. Not all of them have been caught, but he can sling it. That boy's got a cannon, and he can put it into some windows.
This was far and away his best game. Far and away his best moment, I should say, of his career.
Yeah,
I mean, he was
definitely his best.
That last drive was really good. Was really good. Now, please let me talk about
now he was in this moment because you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago when they played the Panthers. That at the end of the game we were pulling for the Panthers.
Yeah,
because of everything the Cardinals did. We were celebrating in the group chat that the Titans won this game. I don't care about the Titans. I have no ties one way or the other. Man, I wanted the Titans to win this.
Let me lay this out for you. So last week, I diagnosed the problem last week. I said, I figured it out. Here's what happens. They get a little bit of a lead, and they treat, no matter what time of the game it is, no matter what's going on, they treat it like they have a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left, and they're just running clock out. That's all they try to do. If they have a lead, they are done trying to score, period. They're like, oh, we'll just run the clock out, whatever. Let me read you this, Ben, because I was on this. With 4 minutes into the second quarter, so 19 minutes into the game, 4 minutes into the second quarter, there's 11 minutes left in the first half. They're up 21-3, okay? At that moment, big lead. At that moment, Marvin Harrison Jr., 3 targets, 3 catches, 80 yards. He's like rolling at that point. Like he's on pace to go for like whatever it be, 200 yards or something crazy, right? From that moment, Ben, let me read you their drives, their offensive drives. Okay, you ready for this?
I'm listening.
Punt, 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 fumble, punt, fumble. Now that fumble was the Amari DeMarcado fumble at the 1, like on the touchdown run. Punt, punt. That's their drives after the 21-3 lead. Punt, 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 fumble, punt, punt. And Marv has 2 targets the rest of the game. And he caught one of them for like a 20-yard catch, and I thought he caught the other one. They called him out of bounds, but whatever. But he's got 3 for 80 before that, 2 targets after that, 1 catch, 20 yards, and you lose because you don't score another point against the Titans.
And they wouldn't have even had to score another point after that. But, all right. How many times are multimillionaire NFL players? Look, we always joke, I could do this in the pros, I could do that in the pros. Obviously, everybody knows that you and I wouldn't be able to do anything in the pros. You know what I could?
Nothing at all.
You know what I can guarantee you I could do in the pros is not drop the ball at the 1. I can guarantee you. I might get it knocked out at the 1 because, there's a 240-pound safety coming at me. I'm not going to drop it at the 1. I'm not going to drop it.
Do you remember? It was like a decade ago, maybe even a little longer than that. There was like a run where this happened 2 or 3 times in the NFL and 2 or 3 times in college in like a 6-week stretch. Do you remember that? It was so weird. Or I think we're getting another one of those. I think it's happening again. We got obviously A.D. Mitchell and now this one. And but let's not let that overshadow. Did you hear what I said, Ben? I'm going to repeat it. Punt, 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 fumble, punt, fumble, punt, punt.
I guess that's where I'm going. It's a comedy of errors to the point where it's not 3 things that loses you the game. It's not 4 different things. It's so many different things at every single level of the organization that they lose this game. You're up 21-3. You're up 21-3. Okay, Amari DeMarcado fumbles at the 1. Drops the ball. Okay, you're still up 21 to I think 21-6. You're up 21-6
at that point.
In the 4th quarter. Do you understand? You're playing the worst team in the NFL. The worst team offensively, one of the worst teams defensively. That should not be a problem. So, they drive down the field. You get an interception. You fumble the interception just by falling on the ground. They pick it up in the end zone. That's still not a problem. It's still not a big deal. You want to know why? Because you're playing the Titans. You should be fine.
This team had not almost won yet. I mean, they had 0 almost wins. And you're up 21-3 with 4 minutes left, or 4 minutes into the second quarter. It's impossible to lose that game. You just can't. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad it happened. I mean, it couldn't happen to a better team. Going into this season, I had nothing in the world against the Cardinals. Now, this is all I'm pulling for every week.
You got to fire everybody. You got to fire everybody.
Ball boys, training staffs, janitors, and everybody's gone. Everybody's gone.
You keep Marvin and Trey McBride and get whatever you can for Kyler and see you later.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'm glad this
Let's
happened.
move on.
I needed this on Sunday. I needed this.
This is abysmal. All right, this is another game we need to spend some time on. Actually, let's move on to let's do Lions and Bengals first because we don't have a lot to say there, and then we'll finish with the last 3 big games. I mean, Lions just ransack a really bad team. I've got nothing to say on either side of this, other than we'll see what Joe Flacco is for the Bengals.
I'm gonna read you my full notes. Detroit is good. Cincinnati is not.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
That's my notes.
Cincinnati's poorly coached. Cincinnati has 3 good players. 4 when Joe Burrow's healthy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they've got. Yeah. They don't even have a good coach. They don't have a good coach. They don't have good ownership. They don't have a good GM. They got nothing. All right.
I don't know.
Commanders, Chargers. I'm happy your Commanders get a win. I was happy to see Jaden. You said this in the group chat, and I definitely agree. Do we not understand that Jaden Daniels is not a good quarterback for his age? He's just an elite quarterback. Plain and simple. He's an elite quarterback. I thought that the Chargers were going to win this, especially when Terry McLaurin was out. I'm like, That's going to be tough. And they didn't seem to have much trouble against the Chargers.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk Commanders first. I said it last week. I thought people were way down on Jaden. I mean, this guy took a team 2 years ago. Washington won 4 games. Last year, they went to the NFC Championship game. Now, a lot changed. Ownership changed, GM, coach, right? But owners, GMs, and coaches don't win playoff games. Who wins playoff games? Quarterbacks. And he beat Baker Mayfield on the road, and he beat Jared Goff with a beat-up Lions team, mind you, on the road. And then this year, he doesn't play good week 1 because they don't need him to. Week 2, he doesn't play good, and they needed him to. So it was like, oh, he had a down game, misses 2 games, and then I see him like 15th on quarterback rankings. And I'm like, did someone hit me with one of those Men in Black flash guns? Did I lose my memory? What happened? And it was just good. I mean, the first 2 drives, he looked rusty. They punted both drives. After that, they didn't punt again. Now, they technically did, and Ladd McConkey ran it back, and they got a roughing the punter, which was a huge break for them. But they didn't have a punt after the first quarter. Like, you don't do that unless you're an elite player. Ben, here's what I'll say. We got the ball. We had the lead, right? We get the ball back. We had a 20-10 lead, and we got it back, I want to say, with a little shy of 7 minutes left. And the Chargers, the next time they touch the ball, it's like a minute left, and they're down 17. Yeah. We've never had a quarterback in my lifetime. Yeah, we've never had a quarterback in my lifetime that can do that. That can hold the ball and punctuate. My whole life, you're up 10 with 7 minutes left, and you get the ball. The other team's getting the ball back with 5.5 minutes left, down 10. That's how it's worked my whole life with this team. And he takes the ball, and they don't get it back ever. The next time they come on the field,
13 play, 99 yards, 6 minutes and 32-second drive. Just for context.
You punt the ball away when you're the Chargers here. You're down 10, 7 minutes left. Okay, let's try to get the ball back, make something happen. The next time they touch the field, Trey Lance is on the field. That's that's the type of back-breaking drive this was.
No chance at that point.
They had no chance of winning. And so, big win. We needed this, man. Like, we don't have a cakewalk of a schedule. We needed this. NFC is tough. Eagles are 4-1. You know, we get to play them twice, so who knows? But this was a big one. This was a big one.
Yeah. On the Chargers side, I'm worried. People talk, it takes it's the first month, like week 4, week 5. That's when you start to find out what a team really is. And I'm not gonna go there fully for the Chargers because they are down both offensive tackles, and Amari and Hampton gets hurt in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But this is bad. You start out this hot, and now they have just completely fallen off. I mean, I think the interception wasn't Justin Herbert's fault. It got tipped, but even still, it throws for 166 yards. You're at home, which, once again, at home in SoFi is not really at home. But it's bad, man. The Chargers still can't run the ball. They haven't been doing that all season. Justin Herbert's your leading rusher.
Yeah.
They can't get on the field and stay on the field. They can't sustain drives. That's a problem. That's a big, big problem for them.
So we gave them a complete pass last week, losing to the Giants. We said, these things happen. West Coast team, 1 o'clock, coming off 3 division wins. These things happen. Now back-to-back weeks, you lose, and there's 2 ways to look at this game if I'm a Chargers fan. Now, they are beat up, right? Both tackles down. They are hurt. Like, they have serious, tough injuries to overcome. But there's 2 ways to look at this game.
Top 2 running backs are hurt, too. Top 2 running backs. Najee's out for the year, and Hampton's going to miss 4 weeks.
Right. One is this. Look, we shot ourselves in the foot, okay? We had 10 penalties. QJ fumbles the ball when we got some momentum. Interception tipped at the end. And we get that roughing the punter call, which if we don't get, we've ran the punt back and it's a touchdown and it's great, right? That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at the game is this. Ben, you could make an argument. They got rolled in this game. Listen to
I
this.
don't think there's.
No, listen to this. Listen to this. The score may not look like it.
No,
When this
I'm
happens
agreeing
to
with
a
you. Like,
team,
I
you
don't
got
think there's an
rolled.
argument. Like, watching that game, I just remember like the Commanders always having the ball. I'm like, did the Chargers not get the ball back? Like, when are they getting it back?
When these things that I'm about to read happen to you, you got rolled. You don't score after the first quarter. You never force a punt after the first quarter. And even the first touchdown they got, if you will remember, it was a field goal. They kicked a field goal and they got a offside. The Washington jumped off sides, which gave them the ability to score the touchdown. They almost only had 6 points in this game. That's one way you can look at this. I don't know. There's serious concerns for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I mean, praise the good Lord if you're the Chargers. The Chiefs lost this week.
I'm
but I'm
literally-
afraid you. But Denver
I wanted to bring that up.
Denver
Is
didn't
like
lose.
this is no, but I'm just saying like if you look at the teams in the AFC right now, the Bills and the Chargers, at least coming into this week, were probably your top two. Like those are the top two. They've got a good lead, and then they both lose. They need to buy the Jaguars dinner or something because the Chiefs, being even with the Chargers and a game back from the Bills, that was about to be a problem. That was about to be a real problem.
Real problem. There's concerns. And maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe it is just injuries. Now, Rashawn Slater's out for the year no matter what.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
Joe Walt's gonna come back, and maybe he comes back and everything looks fine again. We've seen left tackles have that type of impact on teams, no doubt about it. So maybe they get healthy and everything's good, but there's real concerns right now for the Chargers.
It's right now. Justin Herbert's going to have to put that leadership cape on. He's going to have to do it. Both tackles, no running game. It's going to have to be all on him right now. It's all Justin Herbert.
It is such a big deal that they won those first 3 games. If they would have been 2-1 after those first 3 weeks, this would be a way different conversation. Well, it would be a similar conversation, but the season outlook would be way different.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Bills, Pats, and then we'll go to the other big one. Coming out party for Drake May, man. Really just monster game for him. On the road, Buffalo's a hostile place.
And Buffalo has since Tom Brady left, I mean, they have just been...
They own that division. That's
Big Brother is not strong enough to what they have been to the Patriots. I mean, they have just dominated. You remember the playoff game a few years ago where I think Buffalo won like 300-7? Remember that?
I do remember that.
I mean, that was the Mac Jones year. And yeah, like you said, Drake May, I mean, he doesn't have great stats, but he was good.
He made some
he played
big time
really well.
throws, though.
I thought this was the first real Vrabel's game we've got. I mean, this game had Vrabel's all over it. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Buffalo Bills are better than the New England Patriots, especially when they're playing at home. And Vrabel's just said, let's go in there and make this game a mess. Let's make it a rock fight. Let's make it ugly. Let's make it nasty. And they come out on top, and good for them. Good for Drake May. I mean, they have something there. There's something there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're that division, no doubt about it, you've got the second best quarterback in that division. Now, there's just such good depth of quarterbacks in the AFC, but like he's in that class where if you had to pick right now, let's say the Falcons, all these guys are available, and I'm gonna ask you, who would you rather have, Drake May or this guy? If you could have May or Trevor Lawrence, who would you have?
May.
CJ Stroud.
Given how the past two, that one's tough just because I've seen Stroud go to the playoffs. I'll still go May.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's in the class he's in. He's obviously he's behind, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Mahomes. I would have Herbert ahead of him, and then after that in the AFC, you're probably looking at him being the best guy, which in a conference with those other guys, you got to be pretty happy about having the 6th best. So good for him. And this was good for Stephon Diggs.
Dude,
For
I
one,
haven't paid attention to how much it would be. I was sitting there like, dude, if the Patriots win this game, Stephon Diggs is not going to shut up.
yeah, good, I mean, good for him. You got to give it up. I was in the camp like I did not think he had much left, and it's possible this was like his last really good game ever against the Bills. I want to stick it to him in Buffalo, but he was also good last week. I mean, it looks like he's got a little juice left. So yeah, it looked like he's got a little juice left. So good for him,
and
man.
Not
good
not
for
to the same
Patriots.
level of Devontae, obviously, but that style of play he has, where he's just the shifty route runner, that's got a longer shelf life than some of these physical receivers. So he can still put up some numbers.
Yep. Good for him.
Onto the Bills side, I'm not incredibly panicked. As a guy who's watched the Bills for a while, especially with Josh Allen, I mean, he still didn't play terrible. The Bills have a tendency. They lose some of these games sometimes. Like it always seems to happen around week 5 or between week 5, 6, and 7. They drop one of these games to a team that they're way better than. You're like, why did you lose that game? They just do. This is in their DNA. They do it. I'm not worried about them. They'll get it straight. They always do. I mean, 3 turnovers, uncharacteristic turnovers too. Like Josh Allen throws the pick. They have a botched snap. Keon Coleman has a fumble. That's not going to happen every game for the Bills. So I'm not concerned.
Yeah, I'm for sure not. I'm nowhere near panicked. I still really like the Bills. There's 3 things that I really thought about. One, come on, man. It's hard to go 6-0 in your division. You're just not going to do it. Like, I don't care how bad your division is. It's a miracle to go 6-0. So this game was going to happen eventually. It might have been Miami. Remember the Jets beat them a couple years ago when Aaron Rodgers got hurt on the first game of the
obviously
year.
that was early in the season. But like I said, they typically have 1 or 2 of these uncharacteristic games in the chamber that they'll just like, how'd you lose that game? They just do it.
So here's the two concerns. When Josh Allen isn't Superman, this team is gettable any given week.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they do not have a second pitch to go to. He's got to be awesome. And 90% of the time, he's going to be awesome. You just hope the 10% isn't in the playoffs. Like, obviously, every time he's played the Chiefs, he's been great. But there's been other playoff games where he has not been like elite, and that's fine. Everyone gets that. Like, everyone gets a pass on. You can't be perfect every time. The problem is a lot of teams, even if their quarterback isn't awesome, can find a way to win a game. I'm not sure that this team can.
Yeah. They don't have a Spagnuolo like the Chiefs have. They don't have a crazy talented roster like the Eagles have. I mean, They have a good roster. Do not get me wrong. They have a good roster. It's a very complimentary roster, but it's all complimentary to Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, he didn't play bad. 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, ran it for 53 yards. Like, that's a fine game.
And the thing on that note, they really couldn't get the running game going either. James Cook basically did nothing.
They couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't. But that's my thing. Like, it seems to me that if Josh Allen just plays fine, they struggle to win. Like, they need him to be really good. And that's, you can do that because he's really, really good. And almost every game he's awesome. But they got to find a second pitch somehow to be able to win games if he's not perfect. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like for them.
Yeah, I mean, their offensive line is really good. So that helps a lot. I think they still need another weapon. Not someone I guess not a Stephon Diggs, somebody who's going to disrupt the locker room, but they need a truly all right, I got to have it situation. They don't have that. It's an everybody eats. I mean, Kincaid is great. Shakir is great. Keon Coleman's coming along. Josh Palmer is good. They don't have a number 1, though. So,
yeah.
I think that speaks to Josh Allen being great, that he's just, it doesn't matter, but I think they could really use that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
and
right.
the other thing, again, I think the Bills are really good. I mean, like I'm not worried about them at all. But the resume is not fantastic at this point. Like they're going to have chances. They got the Falcons this week. They got Chiefs coming up, Bucks coming up, Texans.
That's tough for me. I don't feel like that's fair.
That is tough for you.
You got my favorite player going up against my favorite team. So
yeah. So I mean, they got chances. They're going to obviously have chances to prove how good they are, and obviously with the playoffs. But I mean, Jets, Dolphins, Saints, and a loss to the Patriots, and they only beat the Ravens by 1. Now the Ravens were more healthy then, so it's more impressive at that point. But yeah, so
yeah.
Anyways, they'll have their chances.
The shock of the day, or one of the shocks of the week. Yep. The Kansas City Chiefs going to Jacksonville. I thought there was no way Jacksonville wins this game. Patrick Mahomes and the offense looks rolling. Xavier Worthy's back.
Yeah.
They're close to getting Rashee Rice back. The offense is starting to look, dare I say, like 2022 Chiefs, not the past 2 years where they're doing just barely enough to win, but they're actually able to put up some points. And they jump out to 14-0. I'm like, oh, man, this game is over. This is going to be bad. And the Jags just hang in there. Trevor Lawrence on his birthday played one of is this his best game as a pro?
So I wrote down this is his second biggest win. I don't think it's his best game. He's had gaudier numbers.
I mean, the playoff win against the Chargers is his biggest win, obviously.
Yeah.
But
playoff win against the Chargers, biggest win, obviously. And then it's this one. Period. Like this was a game, dude. The Colts keep winning, like so. The Jags have to keep winning. But bigger than that, what makes this so big in my head for Trevor Lawrence is this is a game the Chiefs needed. The Chiefs needed this game. And the Chiefs were up. If you would have told me before the game, Jags win, I would have said, okay, that's surprising, but it makes sense. If you would have told me when the Chiefs were up 14-0, the Jags win, I would have been shocked. Shocked.
Yeah.
And I am
and that's
shocked
something we're going to get to on the Chiefs side, but on the Jags side, I mean, it's I do want to give the Jaguars their flowers, but there's so many other Chiefs related things that like the reason I'm giving their flowers, it feels like the Jaguars won this game, but it feels like the Chiefs also kind of lost this game.
And but that's my point. Go back to the Mahomes era. The Chiefs do not lose these games.
They're the
if
boogeyman.
They jump out to
I think
a lead,
teams are terrified of the Chiefs. Like they are a boogeyman.
They do. The only other game I can think of where the Chiefs had a true double-digit good lead and lost was the AFC Championship game against the Bengals years back. That's like the only time I can think. The Chiefs don't lose when they take leads like this. And, dude, the Jags did it. And honestly, you look at the box score, I don't even know how they did it. Like, they don't have a ton of yards.
Oh, Brian Thomas Jr. had 200 yards, or Travis Etienne cracked off a 90-yard touchdown.
No. Now, obviously, Mahomes throws a pick at the one that goes for a 99-yard pick six.
When does that happen?
That's tough.
So that's something, too, that they said the Jaguars had forced 13 turnovers this season. I thought in this game, I'm like, oh, well, they're definitely going to lose because the Chiefs aren't going to turn it over against them like a ton of times. That's not going to happen. And they still find a way to do that kind of stuff.
Well, they only turned it over once, but when it's a 100-yard pick six, I mean, that's a pretty big turn. That's you're talking about a 14-point swing right there. So, but that being said, it's like, so those are fluky, right? 100-yard pick sixes are fluky. Maybe you just say, well, the Chiefs, they got unlucky, whatever. First off, Mahomes, that was a bad pick. I mean, the guy was right there. He just never saw it. I mean, he just got fooled, period.
Yeah.
And second off, don't forget, Trevor Lawrence fumbled diving into the end zone at the one, and the Chiefs recovered. So, like, Jacksonville got bad luck, too. They
turned it over
and he
twice.
Threw a pick. A pick that I thought, Trevor, you just lost the game. What are you doing? Now that one did look like a little bit of a miscommunication. But yeah, I mean, he threw the pick and the Chiefs went down and took the lead off of that pick. But my point is, like, they got unlucky too with that Trevor Lawrence fumble. That was a fluky play, diving for the end zone, whatever. Man, this was a big deal. This was a big deal for the Jags. One, because they needed to win, but two, this is a game the Chiefs needed that they had a big lead on. There's just not a history of them losing those games, and the Jags did it to them. So good for them.
Yep. On the Chiefs side, because I mean, you and I are both probably gonna have a lot to say on this. How do you even want to start this? Because I've got obviously the whole mantra around the Chiefs after this game is going to be, are we panicked on the Chiefs? And obviously, you and I are both going to say no. But also at the same time, I am worried. I guess mine is more emotional scarring. Like I know not to believe my eyes with the Chiefs when they get in the playoffs. Everything is going to be A-okay. Yeah. But they're doing things that they haven't done really ever in the Mahomes era. Obviously, you touched on this just a second ago, but they always find a way to win games. They're not doing that right now. They're finding ways to lose games. They had 13 penalties. You blow the lead. You have the kickoff penalty. Even when everybody obviously is talking about the Chris Jones thing, Chris Jones gives up on the play when Trevor Lawrence falls. I'm not reading too much into that. I think he probably, honest to God, thought Trevor Lawrence got tackled. I mean, he sees the quarterback go down twice. I probably would have stopped playing too, like, oh, it's a sack, and suddenly he's running into the end zone. But even with that, I was like, oh, shoot, the Jags take the lead with 30 seconds. I look down, and I see the Chiefs have 3 timeouts. And I say, oh, so they're at least going to tie it and take this thing to overtime. I saw that's for sure going to happen. There's no way that happens. And nothing happens on offense. Nothing. Yeah. They don't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to surprise you a little bit here. I might feel better about the Chiefs after this game.
Really?
Like,
you and I are never on the same page with the Chiefs.
Never. Dude, after watching this game, I am so confident that, and going into the year, I'll be honest, I was not. After watching this game, I am so confident when Rashee Rice gets back, they're going to be explosive. And I did not know that if I would be saying that. They're going to be explosive. I texted y'all in the group
chat, like, when they were up 14-0, I'm like, oh, shoot, the explosive Chiefs are back.
Yeah. So they're going to be explosive, and I know that. And just penalties and stuff doesn't worry me. Like, with this team, I think
it's just uncharacteristic.
I think they'll clean it up. I do. I think they'll clean it up. It is uncharacteristic. But if you'll remember, and now this has not been the Chiefs' MO. I will admit that. This is not how the Chiefs have operated. But if you'll remember the Brady at the end, like the second little dynasty from like 14 to 18 or whatever, they typically would start out slow, and they were sloppy early, and then Bill would just figure it out, and he would get everything going. I still trust Andy Reid. I think there are guys in the NFL who are better play callers, who are better play designers at this point, just because there's so much creativity. I don't trust Andy Reid much managing clock still. I still don't think he's great at that, but I do trust him to get the sloppiness out of this team alongside Patrick over the remaining 12 weeks of the season before the playoffs. And if I think they can
have a lot of football
they cannot just be. I just think if they cannot be silly, which I think they'll get to the place where they're not silly. And last night they were silly. I think if they're not silly and have an explosive offense, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean,
beating them in the playoffs.
I honest to God am excited to see explosive Chiefs offense. That's one of the reasons I've been like so frustrated with the Chiefs winning Super Bowls the last 2-3 years, is because they're doing it and it's boring. Like they're winning these close games. Like they only turn it on when they need to. I'm like, I hate this. This is my least favorite. Like I can't stand to watch this. If the Chiefs are going to score 30 points a game, it is what it is. At least give me a fun and exciting game and a great fantasy game. It was nice to see a glimpse of the old Travis Kelce there. He looked good.
Yeah.
It's not going to keep happening, but it was a nice glimpse before he rides off in the sunset. But I say all that.
It was.
I'm not worried about the Chiefs because I know they're going to get in the playoffs. I know it. They're going to get in the playoffs, and it's going to be fine then. They may not have a home playoff game, but they're going to get in.
Well, if they would have won this game, I would have said they're a lock to win that division. I still think they win that division.
I still think they are.
They're.
I don't trust the Chargers. You trust the Chargers?
No, and I don't trust Denver either. So, but it's going to be important to at least get the 2 seed to make sure you only have one road playoff game instead of 2.
It probably goes through Buffalo, but they're still going to go.
Yeah. So.
And the AFC right now
it is shocking they lost this game. This is their most shocking loss in a while. I mean the Super Bowl, but regular season wise, this is like I can't believe they lost to the Jags up 14. I really can't. That is shocking, but I feel really good about the Chiefs.
But it's similar to, like you said, the AFC right now is so wide open. With Lamar injured and the Ravens being so far behind right now, plus
Bengals are gone.
Joe Burrow's out the year essentially. Bengals are going to be out of it, and nobody really knows what the Chargers are like. It's Josh Allen and the Bills, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like even if the Chiefs don't say the Chargers do win the division, say the Chargers do, and the Chiefs don't get a home playoff game, they're going to go to the playoffs. I trust them to still beat every single quarterback there. The hardest game they're going to have to play is against Buffalo. That's it. A team that they're 4-0 against in the playoffs.
Look, I'm sure these takes are out there because teams just don't like hating the Chiefs. If you don't think Patrick Mahomes can go to Indianapolis to beat Daniel Jones in a playoff game, I'm not
scared of Daniel Jones. You know I love Herbert.
I got something else for you.
You know I love Herbert.
And if you don't think,
I ain't scared of Justin Herbert. I ain't scared of the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. The only team that gives me any pause in the AFC is the Bills, and they're 4-0 against them in the playoffs.
Yeah. So,
all right. Anything else to add there? This was a crazy week. I was really excited to talk about this week. I was really excited.
Yeah, great weekend. I'm
excited for next week.
Honestly, there was a few games the 49ers Rams game, the Patriots Bills game, and the Chiefs Jags game. Like those games changed the outlook of those conferences, you know?
Yeah.
And we probably should have talked more. Like Patriots, dude, the Patriots their schedule is soft. They're gonna make the playoffs. I
did say this preseason, like my Patriots were one of my teams. I'm like, don't be surprised with their schedule. If Drake May takes a step with Mike Vrabel up there, they can get in for sure.
So their next 3, Saints, Titans, Browns, you like that. And they still get the Jets twice. They get the Bengals, the Giants, and the Dolphins as well. Come on. You know, if you can just win 5 of those games, if you can just win 5 of those 7 games, that's already 8 wins. Can you find 2 wins somewhere else? Probably. Yeah.
All right, we'll bring it to a close. There's a few games I'm excited for next week. Obviously, Lions Chiefs. That's a must-win game for the Chiefs. Got to have it next week at home against the Lions. That's going to be a big game.
It's going to be a fun one.
Bills Falcons. I'm excited for. But yeah, we'll kind of bring it to a close. We'll kind of give you like a little. We'll try to be faster next week going through the games because we are going to try our hand at a power rankings, if you will, a top 10.
Little top
in the
10.
NFL.
Little top 10 teams.
We haven't tried that yet.
Did you not want to do any MVP talk?
We can do MVP talk. I was looking at the time. A little time? Okay.
We got a little time.
We were talking about this a little bit beforehand. Just kind of if we had time to talk about it. so far throughout the season,
Let's give 3 guys.
first 5 weeks.
Let's just give 3 guys.
Who are MVP favorites? I'm gonna throw an obvious one. Josh Allen is an obvious favorite, but I don't think he's.
I would
favorite.
put him.
I don't think he's the favorite right now.
I don't know about favorite. I don't know how Vegas works. I would say who it is if it ended today. That's like a better way to do it because I don't want to predict what's going to happen. To me,
I think we're going to agree.
The number one guy has got to be Baker.
Yeah, it's Baker Mayfield.
It's got to be Baker.
I think it's easily Baker. Josh is having a good year. Man. It's easily Baker. He's got 10 touchdowns, like 1 pick. He's throwing for like 300 yards a game, and he's 4-1.
Yeah,
his
without even having the stats in front of me.
Eagles.
Right, without even having the stats in front of me, I just think about the fourth quarters, the clutch wins, and he's beat good teams. Now he's had some layups that were close. The Jets game was close, and it shouldn't have been. He's had those too, but he's beat good teams. Man, the tough win on the road against the Falcons, the Seahawks. So I would have him at 1. I guess I'd have Josh at 2, right?
I think it's still Josh at 2. Yeah.
Probably Josh at 2.
Josh is 4-1, and he has stats.
And then to me,
I got a number 3 that'll shock you.
I don't think it will. I think it's got to be the same guy.
Daniel Jones?
Who is it? Yeah. I think it's him and Stafford. I think he and Stafford would be right there. Now, Stafford, yes, they're third in their division, but they're 3-2, and he's been awesome, even in losses. Yeah, I think that's your top 4 right there if the season ended today.
If you told me before the season,
and then probably Dak at 5,
I would have believed you. I would have
cooking.
believed you with Josh and Baker because I saw Baker last year. I'm like, yeah, I could see Baker being in it, but the Daniel Jones and Matt Stafford is impressive, and Dak. Yeah. And the fact that Lamar would have been, but obviously with the injury and their record, he's out. And then Patrick Mahomes isn't sniffing the MVP right now. Not even close.
No, honestly, if he would have won last night, though, if
he won last night and put up some numbers, yeah.
If that interception that turned out to be a touchdown the other way, if he would have just thrown a touchdown right there, he'd probably in this conversation.
Would you? And maybe this is just going crazy, but is it unrealistic to say Puka has an argument in the MVP race? Obviously, a receiver will never win it. I get that. But Kupp was in the conversation a few years ago.
Yeah, and Kupp was better than Puka has been. And Puka's been great. Puka has been great, but he wasn't Kupp that year,
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's tough when another receiver on your team is also is pretty good because that means the quarterback's going to be really good,
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Oh my gosh, Aaron Judge just hit a 3-run homer to tie this game up. Oh my gosh. The Yankees were down 6-1. Okay, anyways.
Landon always watching his true love, which is baseball.
I'm not trying to sneak it by anybody. I'm going to at least be keeping up with it. I'm not hiding that.
Not lying to you here.
Gosh, that's the biggest swing of his career right there. Of his stellar career. Wow. Good for him.
I haven't kept up as much. Are they in a lose and they're out situation?
Oh yeah, they're getting smashed. But anyways.
Dang. All right. Well, I think that's all we got. Next week, hopefully be breaking
1
down
hour,
some more exciting
Ben.
Games.
We did it. 1 hour.
Did we?
All we needed were the buys. That's all we needed.
We'll have more buys. We'll have buys for a while. A while.
And then by the time the buys are over, there'll be some games we don't even mention. So,
yeah. We're trying to get better.
We'll be talking a lot of playoff stuff at that point.
We'll be talking a lot of Cardinals because hopefully they keep doing their thing. But after that, we're not going to talk a lot of Panthers. Awesome. We're not going to talk a lot of Jets. We're not going to talk a lot of Dolphins. I think when the Jets and Dolphins play, we just skip that game.
Yep.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to end it. We'll see you guys in week 6. Hopefully it's a great week. We'll see you.